Alright, everyone, time to look at the final episode of the day, which is An Idol's First Experience. Walking through a park, Ren spots a hurt bird, pitting it before she catches it, dropping her groceries. Yet her hands touching a man also going after it. The two stare into each other's eyes. The man apologizing as they treat the bird before the man takes pictures of Ren, seeing her smile. Stating he could have use for it, he gives her his card to reveal himself as Shojichiro Takamura, a media creator. Miss Stacy encounter was like a shoujo manga, making her heart flutter. Later, the military rangers storm into their headquarters, revealing a poster of Master Kaku with Ren on it. The other Day Rangers wonder if it's a look-alike. Wakako states that she's another pick in a magazine. The team realizes the bookstore was crowded as they see her photos. Squad's shocked that she's become an idol. Asking Ren later, she states they're blowing things out of proportion, but the team states they aren't. Ryo asks why she didn't tell them, and she states she couldn't help it by asking them about the book, and Shoji states it was unbelievable. They couldn't believe it was her. Ren states that the person who took them stated, "Without love, you can't get photos like that," shocking the team. Daiko asks if she's lost weight, and she states that it makes her cuter, while stating she has had to perform singing lessons, further surprising the team. Time passes Ren continues to take pictures with Takamura, while bringing a single under his guidance as she becomes more popular to the public. Some time passes. Ren thanks Takamura before she falls down with a headache. The man asks and she apologizes that the the lessons are too hard. Ren responds that whatever she has to put herself through, it'll be for Takamura, making him happy. Ren confesses love for him, but stating it's only for his pictures, feeling the kindness in his photos before departing. Later, while developing the photos, Takamura states that Ren is an idiot for thinking he's kind, and that every time he takes her photo, he's stealing her key. Gara appears before the manager, saying he's trained him as media magician, revealing that the photos taken of Ren steal her key are then used directly in those photos to show humanity as a means to turn them to Gorma slaves, the Gorma mini revealing himself to her. As this happens, Cole reveals to Rio that there is something wrong with Ren, barely being able to stand. They wonder if she's weakening, but Ko states she won't have to do a TV show she promised to do. Byako states that somehow he can't sense Ren's key, making the team further worried. Wondering, the team decide to go to the TV station as a girl passes a Ren poster, speaking to her, telling her she'd give her key, and they're all friends of Gorma, transforming her into a monster and doing the same to others, looking at Ren's photo throughout town. The brainwashers use this key together to destroy buildings through the town, causing chaos as Rangers watch, forcing them to try and stop them before a key blast by a boy throws them down. Kamisa's Daigo reveals their own using key. Media Magician appears before the other Giant Rangers, saying their plans are put into motion with their photos and TV bombarding humans throughout the world with key, turning them to Gorma. And when accomplished, Ren will own her key and die. Elsewhere, Ren weakly sits in her dressing room, stating she has to get through this, while Media Magician states she doesn't have enough key to fight. Anchoring the male Giant Rangers to transform, they attack the Gorman Media, throwing himself off a bridge, then uses Media Fist Paws to freeze the Giant Rangers, then attack them in their frozen state. Taunted by Media Magician, Rio uses Energy Ball to hit him, forcing him to bleed from his arm, and retreating and forcing the Giant Rangers to rush to the TV station. At the station, Media Magician turns back into Takamura, cursing Giant Rangers before Ren appears before him. He wonders why she's here with the show about to start, but his bleeding makes her worried, as he states it's merely a scratch. She wraps a handkerchief asking what happened to Takamura, while petting him and warning him to be more careful. She gives the producer a photo of the two of them giving it to him before running off. Takamura stops her, asking why she's still smiling despite being exhausted, before she states she likes him, surprising Gorman as he looks at the photo. The military reaches the biggest station as Ren's performance begins, being taunted by Gara, forcing them to transform again and fight to Ren's performance. Takamura continues to watch her from a control room, where he continues to emanate from her body to the populace, brainwashing them to Gorma. As the song goes on, Ren weakens and falls down but continues to sing. When Takamura realizes what he's doing is wrong, while reflecting on his bandage again and Rin's words. Outside, Gar takes the Diamond Rangers, stating that when Rin's song ends, the whole Ranger will die. Takamura appears on set and said to grab her, angering the general. On the beach, Takamura reveals to Rin he had deceived her and he was with the Gorma, making her claim it's a lie as she states that Takamura is merely an illusion and she will know his true form. Rin screams at him to stop and runs up to him. The man asks why he was born of the Gorma, and Rin states even if he's Gorma, he's still Takamura. The newsstand guard shoots them, saying she's had enough melodrama, and the moment that Takamura chooses love was the moment he chose death. Rin tells Gar she won't let leave and tries to use her aura changer, but it won't spark due to her exhausted ki. Gar uses Yo-Whip to attack, but Takamura takes the hit, falling to the ground as Rin runs him and laughs. Takamura states he won't let her have Rin, while turning into Media Magician, binding Gar with film and then using Media Attack to create a fire-throwing head, before she uses more Yo to release the binds and then attack Media Magician, making him fall towards the ground. Rin runs Takamura as the other Diamond Rangers arrive. The man states that in his next life, he will be born as a human so he can see a smiling face again before he finally dies, dying and turning back into Media Magician one last time. Saddened, Rin removes the flowers from her hair and places them into the Gorma minion's hand. Gar sees that the Gorma heart is filled with hate and has no room for kindness in it. Rin states she won't forgive Gar after this as her ki appears and turns her back into Holo Ranger. Lifting her fist, Holo Ranger punches Gar in the face, forcing her to throw out a growth bomb at Media Magician's body, making him rise one last time. The team summons the mythical Ki Beast to become Dyreno. The frightened Media Magician charges as Rin states she won't forget the short time she spent with Takamura, and she summons the Great King Sword to slash at the giant Media Magician and uses Great Storm and Stress to finish him off, the Gorma fading into dust as he drops her photo. Back on the beach, Rin slowly sings one last time, holding the photo she gave to Takamura as it washes away into the ocean in memory. Aww. So anyway, let's take a look at a note from this episode. Shoichiro Takamura was played by Yosuke Kaizo, who played Takeru / Red Mask in the 1987 series Hikaru Sentai Mask Man. Interesting. So I think this episode is pretty unique, and yeah, you do feel kind of bad, a little bit bad for Rin at the end of the episode, so yeah. So overall I give an Idol's First Experience 4 Megazords out of 5. Well, anyway, tune in tomorrow as we take a look at the next episode, A Prickly Maiden Hunt. So, until then, in the words of Zordon, may the power protect you.